think we're definitely moving from a point a couple of years ago where there was a lot of competition between banks and fintechs to now one where there's more collaboration. So a lot of the big financial institutions have set up innovation hubs and incubator or accelerator places. So Barclays, NatWest, RBS, and these places are being used as an ecosystem really to bring in other fintechs to work more closely with them, but also bring in other parts of the community, so the regulator, so the FCA, the investors, the VC community. We're seeing that in places like Manchester, where you've got the Vault, which has recently been launched in the heart of our financial district. NatWest and eSpark, say, have a space there as well. So I think we're seeing this all across the UK, but in the northwest of England, particularly in Manchester, there's a large number of banks with their technology and operations centres there. So that's a really good place for those organisations to come and collaborate. With the larger companies, so the big tech giants, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Amazon, there's a definite shift to these operators offering financial services in areas such as payments. So that is competing with the banks, but we're seeing a lot of uptake amongst users. So UK has got to very high mobile and digital adoption within the UK. So we're seeing people use those social media platforms or messaging platforms to share, to send money to one another, to pay their bills. So I think that's going to be a race which will continue, and the big banks have a lot of trust with their consumers. People feel very safe banking with them. There's probably a few that are a bit reticent between using the social media platforms. So I think there is an opportunity for them to start collaborating and making sure that customers have a better client experience, and there's value-added products that can be built into when you start sharing data or when there's payments that have been shared between users. I think within the UK, you've got about 5 or 6 key lenders, high street lenders, and now what we're seeing is a number of new alternative finance providers come onto the market, which are offering new products and services to startups and SMEs that may not have been able to access those services before. So I think it's a good thing that these new fintech companies, whether the peer-to-peer lenders, the crowd funding type organisations, or the aggregators, are bringing that lending space together to give more choice to consumers and to people that are looking to start businesses, looking to raise capital that might be struggling to do that within the mainstream or finance space. There's a real growth within that alternative piece at the moment. So the UK regulator, the FCA, have been very forward-thinking in their approach. So they've adopted these regulatory sandbox, which are, say, being used as a bit of a test bed for companies to come in and trial new products. 12 months ago, the FCA announced that they will be focusing on their regional strategy. So in addition to London, they will be spending more time in the Manchester, Leeds and Glasgow, Edinburgh corridors, as that's where they see there's a lot of fintech activity within the UK. And since that announcement, the FCA have come out to the regions a number of times and talked about their plans within this sandbox to help companies that are looking to trial and test new products to help them bring them to market. So the FCA has been very forward-thinking, but also externally it's working with other regulators around the rest of the world to look to develop fintech bridges and other partnership models of how we can work together with other countries.